Hello guys, my name is Charles Lewis and welcome to my channel. I'm here to review for you guys the film Exodus, Gods and Kings. This is a new film from Ridley Scott and it's on Blu-ray DVD right now. The film stars Christian Bale as Moses and Joel Edgerton as Ramses. In the film, in the beginning of the film, we see Moses and Ramses as adults and their father, played by John Turturro. He's the Pharaoh in this film in the very beginning, and we see there's a invasion in Memphis, and so Moses and Ramses, go out in the battlefield to defend Memphis, and they succeed. They come out. They come back, and they find out their father has a illness that eventually will lead to his death. And in the first 25 minutes of this film, when John Turturro is in the film, I think this movie is great. John Turturro acting in the very beginning of the film really showcases the feel and the period of that time, and what it was to be the responsibilities of being a pharaoh in Egypt. And there's one particular conversation that Moses and the John Turturro's character Pharaoh have that says, Ramses is not suitable to lead. I trust you to lead more than Ramses. So he trusted Moses as his son. He treated Moses as his son, and that's how he saw him. He didn't see him as a little baby that he found in the basket that was found like on the doorsteps of the kingdom, but he saw him as his son. He raised him, and when he tells Moses that he trusts him more than Ramses, that was a very, very important scene, I think, for Moses, because I think that then he realized he's not an outsider. He should not feel like an outsider, but he should feel like an Egyptian at that point. Later on in the film, Ramses, through spies, finds out that Moses is not an Egyptian. He is he's a Hebrew, and for that he exiles him from Memphis and to rot and die. And basically, he just leaves him out in the desert, and he just leaves him there. After Moses is exiled, we see very briefly he goes through a little journey. He comes to this little town where he meets his future wife, and he gets married, and after that scene, we see the film picks up 9 years later. We see Moses at that point of his life that he's living a nice, quiet life with his wife and with his son. Everything seems to be perfect, but the fact that he still cannot get over the treatment of the Egyptians towards the Jews, and how they're slaves for 400 years, and he goes up to this mountain, and he sees a vision from God through a child, and he tells him that he needs to go back and save his people, and that causes a drift between him and his wife, and but he has to complete his mission. God sent him a message, but he also felt unsettled throughout the years that his people were mistreated for a very long time. So he wants to do something about that. And and the film from that point just doesn't come together correctly. Ramses is barely in the film from that point on. This is more of a Moses motion picture after He gets that the vision from God through the child, and he goes to Ramses and tells him that he needs to free the slaves and give them wages. Ramses refuses, and a lot of natural biblical events happen, like the Red Sea, the dark skies. Many biblical events happen that plague Egyptians. A lot of Egyptians died because Ramses' stubbornness of him not allowing the Hebrews to free the Hebrews and pay them a salary. He just refused to do it, and like his people paid for it. And by all that said, could have made a great movie. The just from the point where Moses is exiled towards the very end of the film, the acting isn't really good. The story just doesn't come together like it did in the first 30 minutes of the film. And that's very problematic. Because Ridley Scott is a very talented director. He can tell a good story. But some of his recent films just haven't really hit the mark. He can't tell a good story. Although I love Prometheus and the concept of what they were trying to do. Just the execution of Prometheus just didn't work out as I wanted it. And that's really a shame because I really like Ridley Scott. It's just this film, the second half doesn't come together. Very repetitive. The acting is poorly done, I think, in the second half. I think Christian Bale tried to save this film as much as he could, but by the time we got to the special effects parts and all the biblical situations that Egyptians had to endure, it just became a CGI effect at that point. The story kind of took a backseat. And also, Moses' character kind of got a little butchered, I think. Because Moses has a vision through God, and he performs these biblical events. But Moses was trying to be very diplomatic about it. So God sent a vision to him that his way is not working and he'll take over. So basically, this movie made God really seem like a killer at this movie. I just don't know. I just didn't know how to feel about that because God kind of like started this event instead of sending the message through Moses so Moses can do his actions. It just, that part of the film really was kind of awkward to like see. Okay, guys. Overall, if you're a fan of this, if you know this story, you might check it out. But overall, don't expect a great film out of this one. I think this film is a decent one. I think if you watch it once, I think that's good enough. Just the story doesn't. The first 25-30 minutes of this film is great. Unfortunately, just the rest of the film doesn't really hold up that good. And a couple character changes as far as traditionally how we know these characters might either you might like those changes or don't like those changes. I just didn't like it. I thought the characters in the second half were kind of took a backseat for the CGI effects to take place. Okay, guys, this is my review for Exodus Gods and Kings. As always, if you like what you saw, subscribe to my channel for more content and comment below in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about this film. Did you like this film? Did you like the special effects, or what do you really like about this film, or what you disliked about this film? Okay, guys, and as always, and I have an email for my YouTube account, thundernationmoviereviews@yahoo.com. If you have any questions, if you want to send me an email, please send me an email and I'll answer you back, guys. Okay, guys, thank you for watching this movie review, and I'll catch you on the next movie review. Bye-bye.